It's week 7 of the net.
The veneer of a new season is gone as we hit the middle third of the schedule. It's away here in week 7. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. So the Dolphins offense headed out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by a proud Samoan and one of your few fellow lefty QBs, Brock, Tua Tagovailoa.
As you take the field coming off of a bye week, you really want to take advantage of what you just did. The self-scouting, the evaluating of yourself over the early part of this season, and make sure you capture what you want to do and what you have to do over the rest of the season.
And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
To play running back in this league, well, you've got to have tremendous vision. We saw it twice. Once to find the lane upfield, and then to get to space and break off some extra yards.
Going to the ground again on first. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
You know, the elite running backs in this league, they don't just see what's right in front of them. You set up big runs like this because they see what's behind them. That's called extraordinary vision and extra yards.
He gets it complete to his man, Tyreek Hill. The big play nets him 17 yards. And it'll be first down, Miami.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
First down, ball at the 36. Tua off the play fake. Flushed out of the pocket. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
All right, first sack on the board on the first drive as a defense. And now, well, now we let the chess match begin. The adjustments begin because we know pressure leads to sacks. And sacks in this league often leads to wins.
Second down carry for Achane. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
This offense may want to try and disguise their run a little bit. I don't know if it's the O-lineman's stance. I don't know if it's a cadence. I don't know what it is, but after 2 straight plays going backwards, this defense is all over him.
He's on the move. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up fourth down.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions to get more depth. But a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it. Except for this defense, it just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
On to punt on fourth down, it's Bradley Pinion. Ooh, it's away, but he knows he mishit that one. Headed for the sideline. And this punt is out of bounds with no chance at a return. Looks like they're going to spot it at the 30. So now it's the Seahawks' turn to take the field for the first time. And they'll be let out by their third-year signal caller.
And he doesn't have the advantage he usually does coming off a bye week. Both these teams came in here well-rested after a Sunday away. Of course, that means an extra week of prep work for this defense, too. So he's got his work cut out for him to find ways to attack them today.
That's complete. Cole Kmet. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. 2nd and 3 now. From the 37. That one complete to Whittington. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And it sets up Seattle with first down. Off the play fake, he's going to throw. He's throwing deep to the left side. And disaster averted. He knocks away the deep ball, incomplete. Clean breakup on that throw. So it'll be second down. Throwing it again here. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
You know, the goal on a lot of these short throws is to simply let the receiver create some yards after the catch, that yak. I think he was thinking about the yak before he actually secured the catch.
Cover man is there, and he harmlessly knocks it away. Incomplete. Well, no look on his first look of the game, so that brings up 4th and long. Seahawks bringing out the punt team. And this will put an end to the drive after it's stalled out. And this one's out of the side of the end zone. Was trying to get that precise aim, but he was off the mark. It's going to be a touchback. The Dolphins send a running back, Devon Achane, getting back to work. And you know who the ball is going to when they reach the red zone. He's currently top 5 across the NFL in rushing scores this season. First down, here's Tua. He's got time here, and he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down. Throwing again, here's Tua. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Sometimes I wish everybody could feel what that feels like. When you're a QB and you just feel the air in the pocket getting sucked out and you know there's no escape, it can be just...
Again, he's under pressure, and he goes down. And consecutive sacks have them staring at a tough 4th down.
This defense could not make a bigger statement out of the gate with this game. Man, the lead up to a ball game, trash talk. Right, things said in the paper, bulletin board material, whatever it is. This defense took something personal, Kate, and they are taking it out on this quarterback.
So the Dolphins readying for the punt. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. Short drop, but he still gets away a very good punt. And he's getting nothing on that return. They wrap him up almost at the exact spot that he fielded that punt. And following that return, we've got an injured player down there. He'll receive some assistance as we step aside. The Seahawks in good field position to start this drive off as they head up to the line. 1st and 10. Lone back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great block in the spring of guys hitting blocks downfield and a back who can show off his wheels.
And they'll stop him after a minimal gain down to about the 36. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8. From the 36. Throw reeled in by Whittington. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks. 3rd and a lone yard coming up. They'll empty the backfield and motion him right. Dump off caught by his back. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Hey, Kate, they don't rightly care who it's going to go to in that situation. All they really care about are the results on 3rd down. And that's exactly the result they needed, enough to keep this drive moving.
The Seahawks with their first red zone opportunity of the game. They've got 1st and 10 right along the 20. Receiver in motion, headed right. Working inside the red zone. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And a big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
That sure ended up being a worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down. And he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
Let's see what they dial up on a 2nd and very long. Another try following the sack. And he won't get it there. Defender finds a throw and breaks it up.
You know, it's tough to succeed a linebacker in most defenses if you can't hold your own in coverage. They rely on you to break up throws just like that and take some of the stress off the secondary.
Komet brings it in. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They get 22 on that one. And that gives them first and goal. Goal to go, they're passing. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. So now it'll be second and goal. Throwing from the gun. Has it down close. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4. We've arrived at the end of one on Thursday night. Couple of zeros on the board right now. Back to Hard Rock Stadium right after this. Back now for the second quarter, and the Seahawks, they have got to look towards the end zone. We send a man in motion. Third down from the gun. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Seattle. The Seahawks get the game's first points here in the second. You always tell me, Brock, it is a whole different world here, running routes, working in confined spaces, instead of having that whole field to spread out a defense.
Oh, spot on, Caden. Some players, that's the world they thrive in, finding windows where windows shouldn't exist and then being ready for the throw to arrive. It happens so fast. Trusting your quarterback to make the right read and get it to you.
That one splits the uprights. And they add one on to their first touchdown of the contest. The kicking team ready for the Seahawks, and forward they run to send it away. That's going to be taken in at the 8. Oh, he's showing some burst on this return. The tackle's made, so this drive will begin at the 34-yard line. The Miami offense headed out there now. And they're hoping they can keep the punter off the field this time around, Brock, after he's been called upon each of their first 2 possessions. First and 10 now. Here's Tagovailoa. An alert play defensively there. He got a hand on it to tip it away, and that makes it second down. Tagovailoa working from the pistol. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up.
That is now the 5th sack this offense has had to endure in the first half alone. We're on a double-digit pace here. And I'll tell you what, I know how these defensive coordinators work. They can feel the blood in the water. They are not going to stop getting after this quarterback until this offense can find a way to protect itself.
Gotta figure out this third down here. Tua now from the gun. He's going to loft one deep to the left. And that's going to be knocked away, incomplete. First time this game they've looked to him. And now they're staring at 4th and long. Bradley Pinion on now to punt. And he's going to try to give his defense a long field to defend. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. And he can't evade the coverage team for much. They stop him before he gets really anything on that return. And that punt gets up to 59 yards. And it'll be Seahawks football. Lone back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2. They give it to him again. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the first down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Back-to-back carries here. And he's only going to get 2 or 3 yards on that one.
I know that may look like a whole lot of nothing burger on the stat sheet, but those are the kind of plays, that inside run, that you see creative play action come off of later in the game.
back to the well again. He locates a couple of yards through that chaos. Javon Holland there to make the stop. They come to the line here. This is 3rd and 6. Back now, pressure on its way. And like an empty wrapper, he just throws that one away.
So many coaches love 3rd downs and they practice them so much, Kate. Why? Because they're the money down in the NFL. Whether it's a close game already out of hand, coaches know got to execute and convert on these 3rd downs.
Oh, he nearly coffin cornered that one. Just a little too far, and it's out of the side of the end zone for a touchback. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with Achane. And not a lot of room for him as he's brought down. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7. Achane again. And he's going to be brought down up at the 28-yard line. 5 yards on the play. They could just do that again. 3rd and 2 coming up.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 2.
They'll stick with Achane. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
You know, I'm not sure what else could have been done there, Kate. Just the right call defensively to come up with a 3rd and short stop.
They'll punt it away again. Bradley Pinion headed back out. And he's hoping for a well-placed strike. And he finally gets a hold of one here. This is hit far. And little to nothing on that return as the coverage team gets to him. The Seahawks and this running back headed back out for a new series. They didn't add to their lead last time out. They punted it away, but still ahead and able to add to it here. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3. They go play action here. Finds his back complete. We'll head out of bounds after a small gain. 3rd down, 1 yard to go. They'll try and pick this up on the ground. And he could not get there. They stop him right at the line. They stop him just short and force a 4th and 1.
You want to see the term read and react with a little video in the football dictionary? That's it.
Michael Dixon on the punt. And he'll try to hit this one well. And he sends this away. Definitely his best kick of the game thus far. And something on the return, but not much as it still ends inside the 20. That punt finishes as a 60-yard effort. And it'll be Dolphins football. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. They'll begin with a quick completion to the right side. And he gets it forward to still about a yard out of that. Devin Witherspoon there on the stop.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
The rookie from Michigan there that time. The Seahawks calling for a timeout. They're 1st and 3. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here. Going play action, Tagovailoa. Getting out to, and they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. Now Seattle going to call its 2nd timeout. They're down to their final 1 in this half. Bradley Pinion brought on now for the punt. And this is going to be his 4th effort tonight. And it's a gain of 5 as we've reached our 2-minute warning. The Seahawks in good field position to start this drive off as they head up to the line. 1st and 10. From midfield now. Dumps it off to his running back. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, there was never a play in any playbook I ever saw designed for a lost yardage play when you throw the ball. But if there's any solace, at least it was 1st down. A couple more chances to make up for it.
Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop it. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
It's looking like a dreaded 3-and-out offensively, but listen, if you can't keep your quarterback clean and upright, you're going to need some magic, big-time magic, to convert on this 3rd and long.
Here's a give up the middle. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. Now the Dolphins call a timeout. It's their first. So another punt coming up. Michael Dixon back out there. And that is how you pin a team deep. That hits and careens out of bounds at the 3. The Dolphin offense taking over late in this half. And normally they'd need this out, Brock, but facing such a small deficit, good chance they try to get a field goal here before the break. Looking slant route, complete. And he's taken down here at the 16-yard line. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down. One final shot before halftime. Has him on the quick hitter. And that's good for a gain of 5. Byron Murphy there to make the play. That brings us to the break, and it's the Seahawks taking a lead into that visiting locker room. Now we'll send you up to Orlando, our studios there, for Jonathan Coachman and the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Brock in just a moment. But first, let's give everybody a look at what's coming up later this weekend around the NFL. We'll get our tour started out at Venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. And those two are tied up as they play the 2nd quarter. Then more good stuff to follow later in the afternoon. One good one being under the dome in New Orleans, where it'll be the Saints taking on the Carolina Panthers. And then lastly, the nation gets a good one on Monday night between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Dallas Cowboys.
Thanks so much for the look around the league, Coach. But now it's time to turn our attention back to this one as we begin the 3rd quarter. Carlson all set now for the kickoff. He fields it from the 8. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. So as we get set to begin the 3rd quarter, it's the Seattle offense who's going to be out there first. And this certainly isn't the rut they want to be in, Brock. All of their drives have been ending in punts as of late. Brought in right side. He's corralled after a modest 4-yard gain. Play brought to an end by Jalen Ramsey. 2nd and 6 coming up here. They're going play action. Taking a deep shot here. He's got it inside the 25. There it is. Touchdown, Seattle. The Seahawks grow the lead coming out of halftime. It's a DK Metcalf touchdown. So sensational work by the skill man there, Brock. Anytime you can make your quarterback look that good, you know he appreciates it.
That's a quarterback's best friend, no question. But on the other side, gosh, defensively, you got to get that skill player down. Period. End of story. You can't give up that much yards after catch.
That one right down the middle. And the Seahawks double their lead to 14. The kicking team ready for the Seahawks, and forward they run to send it away. Returning it from the 4. He stopped on the return at the 27. Miami set to take over once again on offense. And this game might be going better if he could have some more time just to work back there. This pass rush has been all over them. Really keeps taking this offense out of any grooves that they've managed to get into.
Okay, I like to say in life there's energy givers and there's energy vampires.
Yeah.
And for this defense, these sacks right here, they're such energy givers. And, man, it's like a vampire sucking the juice out of an offense.
Yeah, I love that. And his effort results in maybe 2 yards, but nothing more.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Let's be real clear. There is nothing lucky about number 7 at all for this quarterback. The 7th time he's been taken to the ground for a sack. This defense, they made adjustments. They're incorporating a variety of different looks and blitzes, and it just seems like, Kate, constantly they are a step ahead of whatever this offense is trying to do to protect this quarterback.
And the Seahawks adding an extra DB here. 3rd down coming. Tagovailoa now against the blitz. And they get to him way behind the line on this one and take him down. And consecutive sacks have them staring at a tough 4th down.
Yeah, this defense is seeing a vulnerable offense right now, an offense that can't protect itself. First and foremost, before you do anything else, you got to make sure you account for everybody. And right now, this defender, well, he's taking this game over.
So out now comes the punter. And this will mark his 5th kick of the night. And he gets it away from his end zone. The return begins on their side of midfield. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. The Seahawks and wide receiver DK Metcalf set for another drive. And they're coming off an excellent series throwing the football that led to that touchdown, Brock. So you and I both expecting that defense to be looking for that on this series. To the air now on 1st and 10. Short pass brought in. And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. Play brought to an end by Jalen Ramsey. Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. From the 43. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
This is a time where you get in that huddle and you just look at one another and say, hey, let's get back in rhythm. Get back in rhythm. Get something good to feel good about. Sure, you'd love to get the 1st down, but more than anything, just find a positive play after a huge sack.
And the Dolphins in a nickel set for this 3rd down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Brought in inside the 20. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Seattle. The Seahawks take a 20-zip lead. That is a touchdown to one of their prime receiving targets.
This is really what you pay your skill guys for. You know, I had an old coordinator say it's my job to get you a one-on-one. It's your job to go out and win it with a touchdown.
They're out to try and tack on the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Seahawks stretch their lead to 21.
Dolphins nothing.
The kicking team ready for the Seahawks, and forward they run to send it away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Dolphins offense ready to go as they take the field. All the touchdowns have come from one side of the field, Brock. They're still looking for their first points of any kind in a game that has gotten out of hand. Man in motion here. On 1st down, they're going to start out with Achane. And he's brought down for a loss.
Hey, range is not an optional feature for middle linebackers in today's game. It's a prerequisite for the job. And this guy definitely has it. Followed that play from the start, and he ended it with a loss.
Tagovailoa off the play fake. No one open, so he chucks this to another county. No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Throwing now, Tagovailoa. Achan reels it in. And that will not be enough for a first down.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Starts his return from the 23. And he's brought down before the return gets far. The kicking team got downfield quickly there. He didn't manage much on the return. And it's going to be their football coming up. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. Looking right, and he finds him. This is ahead for about 5. Play brought to an end by Jalen Ramsey. Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now.
At the 34-yard line.
Throwing now, off play action. He beams one deep right side. Really pushing the envelope on 2nd down, but the deep shot doesn't work. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Looking for a throw here. The screen pass falls incomplete.
So often, so many of these games in the NFL, well, they come down to a play or two, and 3rd downs are critical. Whether it's in a close game or already out of hand, their coach wants to see them convert those.
Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. Fair catch, hauled in at the 18-yard line. We don't get a return out of that punt. And the Dolphins will have some work to do as they take over. They're out and set, 1st and 10.